With widget-based CMS, we can go even further. We can not only configure the browser at the page level, we can also configure the individual widgets. So if we double click on the navigation item, we can say, okay, for the upper navigation item, I want page numbers to be calculated and I want information. So on the lower one, I keep things as they were. Same with the facets column. Certain facets may not be too interesting for our application and we want to remove it. But instead of having to write a complex configuration rule, we can simply, right from this context, disable a certain item. So now the facets are recalculated and the founded day will be excluded. So let's play with our system. Let's find all companies founded in 2005. In the mobile space. So we already have a working system. So the next obvious step would be creating configuration files for templates for the various resource types used in our dataset. So for example, for companies and a template for persons and stuff like that. Again, with widgets, we can do that directly from within the browser. So the current context is that of companies. And when I double click on the result list widget, I can see the currently used default template, which is really just a link with an ID and a label. And below this template form, I can see a list of available predicates for this particular list. I can see there's a Crunchbase name and a Crunchbase overview field. So let's just add the overview field to the template. The template language used is Sparkle script. And now, directly on that page, directly in the context of the current filtered result page, I can change the visual appearance of the result list. So let's switch back to the layout view. What else can we do? Let's add a box with the currently selected filters. And we're still in the same context again, and we can see that we have currently selected items with type company, founded year 2005, and category code mobile. So let's remove the founded year. And as you can see, although we have a different filtering context now, it's still the same template used because the system is smart enough to detect that our template applies to companies. Pretty nice so far, but most modern browsers offer more features. And again, instead of having to write configuration files, we can access further options simply by clicking on the widget, in this case the facet column. So we could set the facet list size to 15, but with facet values up to 20, and for example enable pivoting. So now we have more facets, more values per facet, and we have the ability to pivot, for example, on competitors, and then filter down the competitor list. Say, okay, we have companies from the mobile space, and we're only interested in competitors on the games and video space. Explore the relationships. the associated persons. And now we are in the person context. So we could take the default template we could add the affiliation name. So after these few minutes, we have a nicely working faceted browser without ever touching a single configuration file, but instead used contextual configuration to fine-tune the browser's look and feel. Thanks for watching.